Hello everyone, this is Darth Paradigm, and I'm finally getting around to reviewing my Scion. The great thing about an Electrum Sabercrafts Saber is that it's infinitely customizable. So you really don't get any two of the same hilt that look exactly the same. And as an added bonus, if you get weathering or battle damage and heavy weathering done on a saber, each time Electrum Sabercrafts does some weathering, it is very, very unique and specific to your hilt. Now, the Scion, this is my Scion, and there's none other like it. Well, not exactly anyway. A lot of people have Scions. But this one's mine. And this hilt is exactly 1 foot long. And it's weathered. I went with the black finish. And I will show you the chassis later on in this video. I am not going to be covering the electronics in the major degree. I will not be doing tutorials or anything of the like. And the reason for that is because I have an Android phone and the Unity app does not really work very well on my particular phone. Not well at all. It's really quite difficult. In fact, I currently have approximately, I would say, I don't know, 5 profiles that I'm trying to lock down, but it's very difficult when you encounter the problems that one encounters with the Unity app. So that's just something to be aware of. So as you can see, I have the switch plate is the of the Wayfinder variety. I would really be surprised to see if anybody bought a Scion without the Wayfinder switch plate. That would definitely be a bit on the rare side, to say the least. And I went with the steel colored screws. And I went with Azure Blue on the side. And I went with Azure Blue on the back. And I opted to get an O-shaped ring on mine. Yeah. And you can see I went with the copper. And naturally, I went with the crystal chamber because this is a NeoPixel saber. Yeah. So let me go ahead and fire this up. Okay. Oop. I had to actually switch it on, so let me do that. There we go. Since I had to remove the pommel and access the chassis in order to switch it on, I just let that off so you can see what the chassis looks like. All right, now let's start it up. Now it doesn't sound as loud as it normally would be because the pommel is off the hilt, which exposes the speaker, and it sort of decreases the resonance of the speaker. The speaker is not very loud, but once you get it inside its resonance chamber, it becomes much louder than what you're hearing here. And there's the blade plug, and again you have your crystal chamber. Something I will tell you is to turn the Saber on, it's that button. Turn the Saber off, it's that button. I also have blaster block tuned into my switch plate, and to access the onboard menu, you just hold this, and you get to control volume, the different sound fonts that you have equipped on your Saber, your different profiles that you've set up with various blade effects and blade colors and your fonts and whatnot. That's definitely by far the most challenging aspect of setting up the Saber, is dealing with the profiles. And the blade gives you various and sundry blade effects. Now, I will do a separate video which will display the blade effects that I have programmed into this Saber, and that will probably be sometime this weekend when I've had a chance to lock down exactly what I want. And back to volume, so you have your volume control. When you have your settings exactly where you want, you hold this, and you can see my switch plates. Actually, why don't I do this? So you can see my switch plates, the colors that I've chosen. I think I went with green, amber, and red. You get to choose what colors you want for the LEDs on your switch plate, which is a really nice effect. This is what the crystal chamber looks like when you have removed it from the Saber, in case you're interested. It's a very wonderfully designed piece, well worth the additional cost. You can see from where the blade retention screw has cut into this a little bit. It feeds into the blade holder and lines up with these windows that we have in here. And if you look in here, you can see the connectors for the NeoPixel blade. And you can see some of the weathering. As I said, I went with light weathering, so it's very, very subtle, very, very unobtrusive. I wanted to sort of exude just a use, but not battleware. I wanted this to be a well-worn Saber, but fairly young in appearance. It's got a little bit of grime in the pommel there. And there's the pommel. Now I'm going to turn this back on so you can kind of get an idea what it truly sounds like. Of course, I'd be remiss without mentioning that this has smooth swing, although I must admit the smooth swing isn't working that great at the moment, not on that phone anyway. Let me see.
Next door.
Good old reliable next door. The thing is I have actually gone to great lengths to kind of perfect my profiles beyond what you just heard. But unfortunately, sometimes saving the profile has been a little bit challenging due to the Bluetooth between my phone and the Saber disconnecting before things could be saved, and then having the profiles not wanting to save because things insist aren't selected when they actually are selected, and there's just a laundry list of different different anomalies. We'll just put it that way. That prevented me from really locking down my profiles on this thing just yet. So it's not really presentable at the moment, but I kind of wanted to at least get a showcase out there at the very least for everyone. Just to see how this particular version of the Scion maybe stacks up against yours, or if you were just kind of wondering what the light weathering looked like on the black finish. Well, now you know. And yeah. So this is very much a work in progress. It is a very comfortable hilt. It's light. I do prefer the positioning of the switch plate up here as opposed to down here as it is on my Aurora. If anything, it's almost a little bit too thin, but I'm not really going to complain about that. That's just something that needs to be adapted to. There's a lot of detail to this saber. One would think that it would be very uncomfortable to handle, but none of it is sharp. None of it really grinds on your hands. None of it is overly... This is sensitive. Very sensitive. Watch. I can't do it. Yeah. Well, I guess I can. Yeah. I think that pretty much sums up what I wanted to say about the Scion at this juncture. Well, hope you enjoyed what you saw. And if you have any questions, please write so in the comments. And subscribe if you care to. Like or dislike. Whatever is proper and true at this point in time. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. And I will talk to you later. Take care now. Bye.